Hi everyone, I wanted to do this video because I wanted to raise awareness for something that happened to me and my partner 2 months ago, and something that I don't believe is talked about openly, and I wanted to try and break down the barriers of this stigma that surrounds it. Now, 2 months ago I was driving my partner to the hospital, and we were two very excitable people. We were ready to do our 3 month scan because we were pregnant, and you're a bit nervous at this point, but ultimately we're excited, and I certainly never let my brain think anything different until the scan revealed that there was no heartbeat and there was no baby, and my partner had sadly suffered a miscarriage. Now, this broke me. This broke me so bad that for the next week I have never walked around so lost in my entire life. Lost with life, lost with the situation, lost with myself. Didn't know what I was supposed to think, but questioned everything. Questioned our existence, questioned what's the point anymore. Stuck in lockdown, trying to cope with this. Can't have a baby now. And I was just a mess, an absolute mess. And the emotions you go through, it's unbelievable, and it hits you out of the blue at times. So sometimes it's you're fine, the next second you're not. Now, my partner is the strongest person I've ever met, and what she's gone through throughout this period is just unbelievable, that she's been so strong, how she has to go through physically what that's done to her. As a partner to her, trying to support her and be the best partner possible is our role, but they don't tell you when you're struggling and when you're suffering. But what I learned when I started to talk to more people about it was how common it is, and how many people had actually gone through it. And there were so many people that I didn't even know went through it. Now, I was thinking to myself, well, why don't I know? Why didn't they share it? Why didn't they tell anybody? Is there a stigma surrounding miscarriage? Is it embarrassing? Do people feel embarrassed that it's happened to them? Do people feel like other people are gonna call them embarrassing that it happened to them? Is it something that it makes us smaller than the next person, or somebody who's had a successful pregnancy? And I question it all, and I didn't really understand it. Why is it like that? 1 in 4 people have a miscarriage. 1 in 4. But when I first found out, I got so upset by that, because the suffering, the pain, the emotionally draining this whole experience has been, the physical experience that my partner's had to go through is and has been truly just the worst. And for so many people to have gone through that and maybe not spoken as openly, or maybe not talked to as many people about it, maybe tried to deal with themselves, it really worries me. Because if I'd done what I did in the first week and not spoke to anybody and not talked openly, I don't know where I would be talking to you right now. And that's fucking scary. But I'm lucky. And I'm lucky because I've got amazing friends, amazing family who supported me. But there's no guide to this. There's no laws to this. There's no Bible for dealing with miscarriage. How do you cope? What's the right thing to do? What's the wrong thing to do? And there isn't. You have so many mixed emotions. So, for example, the day after, my sister sent me a message, and the message said, "How are you feeling?" And at that time I was really angry. I was on edge, and I had so much anger. And I thought to myself, God, how do you fucking think I'm feeling? Excuse my language. But actually, she hasn't gone through it. She didn't know. And all she was doing was reaching out to try and be supportive. Because there are no words. There's no words that anybody could have said to me at that moment that would have made everything better. Nothing. But what I did learn and what I did understand was that people were just there for me, like my sister. And I did understand that. She was there for me because she cared. And I needed, and it was her way of trying to get me to talk as well, which is something I really needed to do. This has been the toughest time though to go through it. Not being able to go anywhere, no escape. But talking about it more, speaking openly about it with friends, with family, has helped me so much and has helped me accept what's happened so much more. I wouldn't be able to talk so openly if it wasn't for my friends, my family, my partner. My partner's shown strength far greater than I've had throughout this whole period. But it gets me back onto why I did this, and the reason why I'm doing it is because I don't want people to suffer like we were suffering. I don't want people to feel like they can't talk to anybody about it. I don't want people to feel like they're the only ones going through it or the only ones who have gone through it. I want people to be braver to speak about it. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. 1 in 4. I mean, we question everything, but ultimately there was nothing. We didn't do anything wrong. And it's just one of those things, as they say. So I hope this helps at least one person. I really, really do. I hope one person at least can watch this, understand maybe what I've gone through, is going through the same thing, and maybe I've helped them to encourage them to talk more. I don't mean do videos like this or anything like that, of course, but by talking to your closest friends, your family, and those who have experienced it themselves. When I think about the future now and what's next, I don't know. When I was a kid, all I wanted to be was a dad. Always wanted to be a dad. I asked my friends and family what I'm like with their kids. And it's all I wanted. And to get that ripped apart and taken out is very, very hard to accept and to deal with. But I don't know what the future will hold. And hopefully the future is very bright for us. And hopefully it's going to be bright for you as well if you're going through it too. But I guess, oh God, 8 minutes, I'm going to stop now because I'm going on. But I want to thank my friends, family for being there for me. Your support has been just unbelievable for us both. We couldn't have gone through it without their help and their guidance and just their love that they showed us. We'll never forget it. Never ever forget it. And if you're going through it yourself, talk more. Thanks.